on Sunday, man. I know you're nervous for the Rams, but you got to be a little enthusiastic after being there.
Bro, that game atmosphere was ridiculous. The energy, the electricity. That place was rocking. Anyone was there, and a lot of the Super Buck fans were there too. The Bucs.
Tampa Tones. We are joined by lead goon tonight, host of the Pat and Aaron show of WDAE, Pat Donovan. And it sounds like Stunna is bumbling a little bit. Going to put him on mute for a second until that gets a little clear. But we're joined by Pat Donovan.
It looks like Stunna's hanging out with Cheech and Chong in a car with the windows up or something over there.
It does look like you got a little...
No, my camera's broke.
Howdy ho, howdy hey, how the hell is everybody? Welcome back into the Buccateers. Long time no see. Last night was incredible going live with our guy, newest Buck, rookie center, CJ James Jr. The instant replays available now on Apple, Spotify, Google, YouTube, and so much more with our one-on-one exclusive with the rookie. Hope more of those to come in the near future. We got a couple things in the works, so very, very excited about those, but very excited about tonight as well. It's our Saturday or Sunday weekend show, balled up into a Wednesday, a hump day. It'll be a fun one here today. We got a lot of sports things to talk about. We're going to give our NFL draft grades, going to talk a little bit about the Lightning, breadwinners, free agency happening still before our eyes, and so much more on the show for today. As always, you can keep up with us live right now on our YouTube at Buccateers Podcast or on Facebook at Bucs Life LLC. Catch the replay on Apple, Spotify, Google. Follow us on X at Buccateers, Instagram, Buccateers Pod. Without further ado, gonna welcome in the fellas. First and foremost, Joey Nips joining on a weekend, but on a weekday because it's a weekend show here. In a new day. It's a new day. Yes, it is. Joey, how the hell we doing, brother? Long time no talk.
Doing really good. Seeing J-Lo and you all too much these days, but I love it. I just love talking sports.
Well, you don't have to join.
What time is the Lightning game tonight? Is it on tonight?
6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern.
Okay. We'll go Lightning first off. And then congrats, Tones, to that interview yesterday. Guys seemed like an OG. It is not easy to get those people. I know J-Lo went out scared on that one, but, nothing new. But no, Tones, great job. That was a good time. And I even enjoyed him answering the WWE question about Randy Orton and John Cena as well. So let's have some fun today.
When I said those two were still fighting, he was like, what? CJ James' jaw hit the ground. I'm like, yeah, those two are actually fighting in a match coming up.
Absolutely. So, you know what? Let's make some money tonight. Let's keep winning bets. And I know it's way later, but I believe we did good on that again. So I'm just excited to keep winning people money and to keep people happy. And let's get this thing rolling.
Yeah, that's another good point. We went 3-0 Saturday with our breadwinners. We hit all three of our bets. Well, 3-1. I'm sorry. Myron did terrible. His parlay.
We shouldn't even have counted that.
That had no chance of hitting. But what
You're
can
being
you do?
nice to the unfortunate.
Well, exactly. And thank you for the kind words on the interview. As I said, we're lining up several others. Hope they come true. Our guy CJ James is off the Bucs rookie camp in May 8th to be exact. So best of luck to our guy CJ. We know he's going to kill it. Incredible guy there. Watch the instant replay if you guys can on Apple, Spotify, Google, YouTube, so much more. J-Lo, as Joey said, we missed you yesterday, but how the hell you doing? Welcome back, brother. Long time no talk.
Holy shit!
No, thank you.
You're getting excited early over there.
Sorry I couldn't make it to the interview last night, but I did tuned in and comment on it.
Joey keeps disappearing. I'm concerned for his well-being right now.
I don't know. Maybe he had to clean his feet. I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, but the interview went well, Tones. I enjoyed all the questions you asked him. He seemed very down to earth. He'll definitely fit in the locker room. Definitely. I don't think that'll be an issue at all. Best of luck to him. Hopefully, he makes a spot on that roster. We need a good backup center. Or maybe you never know. He could come in. Injuries happen, but best of luck to him. He seems like he'll be fun to watch. I just want to see him and Big Dez, go at it, one-on-one, see what happens. But I'm just speculating.
Wouldn't that be like what do they call it? Immovable force meets an immovable object. I don't know if you've watched CJ James film, but this kid was a tank in college, man. He, as he said, describe him as a beast. He is a damn beast.
No, definitely. That's what he said, and I did catch some of his tape, and yeah, he is. He's a beast. And that's what we need. We need a beast out there, punching people in the mouth, man.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful thing about modern day football. Not, back in the day, you had so many picks, it was a lot harder for undrafted free agents, right? Because you had 12, 13 rounds, just a ton of rounds. Nowadays, you got 7. And teams like the Bucs and the Colts utilize undrafted free agents greatly. So, last year we had 3 on. I know Brewer was one in his past life, but 2 of them ended up making the Bucs. Beautiful thing. Year before we had Geiger on. He made the Bucs. So best of luck to our guy, CJ. We know he's going to do great. My guy Abraham says, Tone, hey, what up? What about Shiloh Sanders and Will Shepard and Desmond Watson? We'll all take a stab at one. I know Joey probably is unfamiliar with Will Shepard. So, Joey, we'll give you big man Desmond Watson out of Florida. We're going to say that. What do you think about the Bucs signing the big man? He went from 464 pounds. He's down to about 437. Rumor has it. So pretty good progress for the big fella.
Yeah, I say keep going. We're going to need that motor. Vita and him could be huge in the middle one day, but if you can't breathe, it won't be easy as well. So let's keep losing that weight. Let's keep getting in the weight room. Let's keep attacking because I know he's a Florida Gator. I'm sure, in all honesty and seriousness, what I want to say about him is in college, right, you could be so big that nobody's going to move him. I don't care what lineman it is. He's that nasty and big. But in the NFL, you need that lateral quickness. You need to get a little bit slimmer. So look at Vita Vea. I believe he came in slimmer last year as well. And you want to be huge, but you want to be able to move past defenders and not just hold your ground. If he can accomplish that and get even more in shape like he's doing a great job of doing right now, I want to give him kudos for that. If he could lose another 20 to 30 pounds and get in there, I think he's making this roster at the last D tackle spot.
It would be fun if he did, and imagine that against a tush push. Oh my goodness, man, that would be hard. Cansey, Vita, and Watson in the middle. Good luck with that. Any offensive line, I don't care if you have the Pope, the Cardinal, and God himself. That would be a very hard offensive line defensive line to move. I'm sorry, J-Lo. We're gonna give you the wide receiver. Maybe not the Colorado cat you were hoping for, but we're going to give you Will Shepard, brother.
No, all good. No, I like Will Shepard. I think he's got a good shot to compete, maybe get that final roster spot. I'm not sure if he plays special teams or not, as far as punt kick returner. But, he did pretty well over in Colorado for the most part. I liked what he did. He showed, good stuff. And if he doesn't make it, he'd be a good practice squad addition. Kind of learn from the best, on that wide receiver room. It's very crowded right now in there. But you never know. He could surprise all of us. I'm all about it. Undrafted free agents turn out pretty well over here in Tampa Bay. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'll take us home with Shiloh Sanders. Listen, this is a guy who could hit hard. He could get to the ball. His problem is he's got to be able to bring down the ball carrier. He's got to tune up his tackling a little bit. His film is nice. He could be a legit safety in this league. And, he's got prime coaching him. He's just got to fine-tune his game a little bit. So I don't know if you guys heard the story, but real quick, Jason Light was on WDAE, the Pat and Aaron show yesterday, and they asked him how Shiloh became a Buck. Pretty much Shiloh's agent reached out to Todd and Jason, said, hey, what do you think about adding Shiloh? They looked at each other, said, why the hell not? Prime and Bowles later on talked and said thanks for giving him the fair shot. So I'm glad we got the better Sanders, the under-the-radar Sanders, a quieter Sanders in terms of publicity. It'll be an interesting experiment. And if worse comes to worse, he doesn't make the team and you move on. It is what it is. So I think Watson, Shiloh Sanders are, these guys are good dart throws. What happens, we'll see. But they're good throws at the dartboard. Our gal Olive. Hey, fellas, great pod with CJ yesterday. Thanks, Olive. he was a great guy, a lot of fun, answered all the good questions people were asking him about music, wrestling, and all that fun stuff. So he hung in there with a trooper. He was a really, really good time, a really good guy. So good stuff there with our guy, CJ James Jr. Other than that, fellas, we're going to move on here to the next state real quick. We will have a new co-host joining the Buccateers. We're expanding as we always do. We're getting more busy. And with more co-hosts, probably means more content, probably means more shows, probably means more segments, maybe a little hint at the new co-host. Maybe we'll start Man Cave Mondays or Memorabilia Mondays. We're going to start getting into different sectors, different segments. We're going to keep growing as, we hope to keep doing more interviews. More Saturday, we bring you all our coverage. Like today, we're bringing you all sports. We just continue to grow. And, we all live busy lives too. Look at yesterday. I held the fort down. I didn't mind, but sometimes you just need to grow the show a little bit. So we will have a new co-host incoming. Joey and JLo know who it is already. We're going to keep it tight-lipped for now. But fellas, always good to grow the show. Pretty much Joey and Gene were last year's. I call them add-ons because they're still part of the Buccateers, but they got their own program. So Joey and Gene were last year's welcome aboards. JLo was the year before that. Pretty much every year we try and grow a little bit, and that's what we're doing here, fellas. Any words on that before we move on?
Out with the old, in with the new. We keep getting better.
Yeah, Stunna pretty much dated himself in the last show, said he's old, could barely do stuff anymore, so
Just hope he makes it to the bachelor party.
Jesus.
Can't wait to see him.
JLo, what say you?
No, I'm looking forward to it. The person that's going to be joining us, very knowledgeable of the game, good person, talked with him a couple times. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm very much so looking forward. You know what's terrible nowadays, too? People always so much behind the scenes stuff with all this, fluff nowadays. But Tyler Sharp, David Ferrara joining the show live on Facebook. Appreciate them. It's like, God, you pay for all this programming and they want more money left and right for music infringements and all that. My goodness, just terrible.
My ass.
Terrible. Yeah, every day it's like just terrible stuff. But fellas, it's time for our 2025 NFL draft grades, favorite draft picks, least favorite draft picks, best drafts, worst drafts, all that fun stuff. Right now as well, for baseball fans listening, Cubs are on, Rays are on. A lot of baseball in action tonight. A lot of fun stuff at Steinbrenner Field and at PNC Park in Pittsburgh. And by the way, we're doing the show tonight as Joey and I are in Milwaukee this weekend for Cubs Brewers. We're going to be catching Saturday and Sunday baseball games in Milwaukee, having a couple beverages, Olivia and the great Coach Pasola joining us as well. So without further ado, we're going to get to our draft grades. Let's play some music for the draft grades, shall we? I mean, at this point, who cares what we play because we're just going to go down regardless, it seems like. So fuck it, why not? We're going to hang tough while we can and are available to. Draft grades incoming. Our guy Brandon says Cowboys Tyler Booker has been traded to the Lakers.
Get off the drugs.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. That must be Cleve. Shout out to Cleve. How we doing, Cleve? Mentioning Lakers and Cowboys. So, J-Lo, we're going to start with you. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The grade you give the Buccaneers in the 2025 NFL Draft is blank.
A+. I think this was probably the best draft. Oh my God, if everything pans out the way it's supposed to be with these players, this could be a home run. Like probably the best draft class we've had in a long time. The last 2 years have been good, but this one could be really a big one because there's so many contributors on defense that might be able to come in. I love the Ibuka pick. I know it caught a lot of people off guard. Some fans booed about it, but you know what? Our receiver room just got 10 times better now. Now you got 4 number 1 receivers, in my opinion. McMillan's not getting enough love because he showed out the last few games and put up 7 touchdowns. So, but I also love the Benjamin Morrison pick. Hopefully everything clears for him, which from what I heard, he's cleared and he'll be ready to go for training camp. It'll be fun
Yeah,
to watch
he
him.
apparently had a private showcase of his health, to your point, J-Lo.
Yeah, that's what Jason Lyon mentioned today on the Pat McAfee show, that he had some of his guys watched him last week at a private workout, and he looked ready to go. So they said they're not going to rush him. At the same time, they expect him to be ready for training camp. And then also Jacob Parrish, he's going to be fun to watch in the nickel position.
Maybe my favorite pick.
A lot of people's favorite pick, believe it or not. A lot of people are showing a lot of love for Jacob Parrish. But it just makes the competition even better and more depth, you know what I mean? Even if he doesn't win at first against Izzy, and if he doesn't, he'll be ready to go when his number's called. You know what I mean? There's so many packages you could put him in. That's what I like about the kid. He's a finisher. You're not going to get past him on, trying to break a tackle. And then, of course, David Walker. He's another
fellow Pi Kappa Alpha member.
Oh, that's right. You did mention that. But I like what he does. I think he'll be fun to watch going up against much more competition during the preseason. And then the big guy, Elijah Roberts, dude's big, massive dude. That's gonna be fun to watch. Being on the D line with his hands.
And then on Saturday's show, you called their last pick. You said you would like if they got Tez Johnson.
Oh man, I just love the kid's confident. The kid is so confident. He already made it known that the punt return or kick return job is his. I just like his attitude. He's just somebody that's going to be really fun to watch. I mean, if you enjoy Bucky Irving, watching his highlight in Oregon, you're going to love this kid even more. I don't care what his weight is. He'll put weight on. I mean, I think this kid's going to make the roster for sure. Just because.
And real quick, J-Lo, what's your draft grade on the Indianapolis Colts? You don't have to go pick by pick, but how do you like what they did?
No, I give him a B+. I like the Tyler Warren pick. I think that was a desperate need at tight end. I'm surprised he fell to the Colts' lap. I mean, I honestly thought that Loveland was going to be the pick because Warren was going to be the first tight end taken. But, hey, it worked out nicely. Now you got more added insurance for AR or whoever was that quarterback during the season, a guy who can just make plays to help out the receiving core as well. And then I like the running back they took. DJ Giddens from Kansas State.
Yep, Kansas State.
Yeah, that one's a good one. A good number 2, I feel, can go in there. No respect to the other back they signed. I keep on top of my head right now, but Giddens is a good one. But I give him
a few comments based off that. I want to start with
1 minute, real quick. The Bucs did get graded an A by CBS, NBC, and Bleacher Report. Colts got graded A- by all those as well. So both of our teams fared well there. Go on though, Joe.
Well, go ahead, Joey.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lick dong and go A+ like J-Lo. I do think the Bucs and Colts were both A's, but I don't also like giving grades because I obviously don't know. But I do want to say this: I read some of these reports by these reporters sometimes, and this guy said, I think he was from CBS Sports, must just be a terrible mind. He goes, "Don't understand the Bucs draft pick; they just re-signed Godwin. I love Godwin and Evans, but number one, we all know we're getting 8 games missed between the two combined at the minimum when it goes into a season, if we're being realistic. So having a guy from Ohio
and McMillan missed 4 or 5 games last year too.
There you go. And that's not discrediting talent. They're both A receivers, but they both will miss about 4 games most likely. So you take that, and then you have Ohio State receiver plugged in from the first round who's explosive with McMillan. Hopefully both of them are healthy. And then you have your guys are depth at tight end, depth there. You'll have many pieces to fill in, which is key because you don't want to lose games because you don't have depth. And when depth comes and bites you the most is when you least expect it. So I really love this move. And then also 2nd round pick from Notre Dame, my Irish Morrison. This guy, I can't tell you much about players after this in the draft because I'm just not as good a scout as most of these people. But I watch this guy a lot before, some things happen. But he was really good in coverage. Bucs needed this. Jamal Dean still starts with McCollum. That's no question. Let this guy get snaps, keep learning. And then unfortunately, we know Jamal Dean might have an injury. That's when, boom, he steps in. So I think they got 2 impact guys in the first 2 rounds. And I give that an A just in himself.
Yeah, it was interesting. I was on the Sick Podcast Network Pirate Parlay the other day with the great JC Allen and Michael Pless, and I was saying that me and JC were the ones saying Dean's going to start. Plus thinks Morrison might steal it, as does J-Lo. We'll see what happens. But our guy Brandon Halem says Chargers run game versus Bucs D-line would be an awesome watch. Yeah, Chargers adding to that backfield. Najee Harris, couple of rookies. Our guy Jonas said going into the draft, I told myself that Ibuka fell to 19, we'd have to take him. The Tasmanian Devils, so happy we got him. Agreed on both of those. Shout out to friend of the shows, friend of mine and Joey's, Jake Jahimick, by the way, for announcing the Tez John. He was awesome. He literally said quack quack. He came at Packer fans. It was incredible. But he did
let me tell you something on this guy. This guy hands out free goodie bags at events he goes to, going out of his way. Suspecting here and there, but he is the man. He is an A+ student of the game, and he knows how. He's a businessman at the end. He's a transactional guy. Great Bucs fan. Can't wait to see him again.
Yeah, he's a man, and I'll be seeing him. We're going to try and take a road trip a year, me and him, and then maybe some wedding festivities. The Godfather joining, saying, what's up, man? Our guy Zach Jarvis saying Broncos wanted Tez. I'm glad Light picked him. It was a good fuck you, Sean Payton move. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Christopher Cole. Hey, guys. Hey, CC. How's it going? I give the Colts an A-, A as well. I love the Ty Warren pick. The kid from Ohio State should be pretty effective. JT Tuamolo. Colts are trying to have the hardest sounding defensive.
Hey, I give you credit for even trying, because I just go JT.
Justin Wale, I actually had going to the Bucs in my mock draft, so I love that pick. He's a really good nickel who could, he could come in on day one and compete for the Colts nickel job, in my opinion. So I like that pick immensely. Anytime you have a guy like that, he could fill depth, he could fill a hole. Although they do have Kenny Moore, who's one
I
of the
think
better.
It will be similar season to what Morrison's doing.
Yeah, and Wally can find his way onto the field. His depth's been an issue for Moore and whatnot. So I don't mind that pick at all. Jalen Travis doesn't hurt to take a big boy O lineman from Iowa State. DJ Giddens is a weapon. Tim Smith, big boy D lineman from Bama. Hunter Wohler, why not? Last time the Bucs took a shot in the dark, linebacker out of Wisconsin, ended up being Jack Sitchie, who helped us win a Super Bowl. So I'd give Colts A-. Bucs an A+ as well. I love the Bucs picks. Obviously, Tez Johnson, good 7th round pick, no harm, no foul. He could be used in offensive scheming and packages, end arounds. Could you imagine Bucky Irvin, Baker Mayfield, Tez Johnson potentially in the backfield all at once? Could be a treat there. Obviously, the key defensive pieces, David Walker, shout out to him, fellow Pi Kappa Alpha member, fraternity brother at a different school. Shout out to our guy Eli Roberts, who he could move inside, he could play the nose, he could play the edge, he could play the D-line, he could put his hand on the ground, he could be the 3-tech, he could be a lot of different things for this defense. He's the new Will Golston. I'm sorry to say it, I love Will Golston, but unless it's a practice squad veteran type role, I do not see him back on this football team, as sad as that sounds. And that's my guy right there. Just don't see a place for him right now. But he might be a practice squad, or he could do what Shaq Barrett did last year, come back later on in the year. The Bucs need a guy and bring him back, right? So we'll see. Jacob Parrish, Benjamin Morrison. Jacob Parrish, is my prediction is he's going to be Christian Izzian out for the nickel spot right away. I think we do see Jacob Parrish as the starting nickel defensive back, the starting slot corner coming into week 1. That's my bold prediction. Benjamin Morrison, I think he's a year 2 starter. Year 1, he's going to play, though. Remember, Bucs fans, Jamel Dean, Carlton Davis, Sean Murphy-Bunting. These were high-taken Bucs corners who played year 1, had to learn their way onto the field, got burnt at times, but all eventually became solid corners, helping us win. Then Emeka Egbuka, just hard to hate this pick, man. When he's wide receiver 3, I'm going to have to put him ahead of McMillan, only because he was a first-round pick. So to me, he's going to give himself the opportunity. But fun fact, Joey alludes to wide receiver injuries last year. Bucs only had one wide receiver who missed 0 games last year. That was Ryan Miller. Every other wide receiver, you name him. Cam Johnson, the UDFA rookie out of Barton. Rakim Jarrett, Sterling Shepard, McMillan, Godwin, Evans, you name him. They missed
top favorite player?
Trey Palmer. Yeah, that's another. Sorry, I already forgot about him. No, I'm just kidding. But Joey, we were there in Kansas City. I mean, Marquez Callaway was playing wide receiver for this Bucs team. So was nothing against him, obviously, NFL players.
I don't remember.
Oh, Rochelle joining on Facebook as well. So those are our Bucs and Colts draft grades. Now we're going to get some of our least favorites and favorites. We're on fire here, ladies and gentlemen.
For Colts, I'm going A.
You already said that. Thank you very much, brother.
No, I do not.
Yep, you said both Bucs and Colts are A's.
Oh, yes, I did.
It's all good, though. We appreciate. Oh,
you didn't let me break it down.
Yeah, you did.
For Bucs, I broke it down.
Oh, you don't want to for the Colts? I mean, the floor was yours. You're the one who. You gave the floor up.
In 10 seconds, I just want to say.
No, take your time, bud. I mean, J-Lo did both. I did both. We're just flowing. And
this is the type of guy Towns is. Just really respected, man. Wish he was nicer off camera than on. No, he's the greatest of the best. Let me say this. We got 2 first-round picks. I went over your first 2 rounds. That's what I know. I don't pretend to be these mock draft people that know the guys rounds 5 through 7 outside of guys like Plus and JC Allen who are on top of their game, and then you 2 as well, especially when it comes to the Bucs. But for me, you exploded 2 positions that needed to be more explosive this season with tight end and defensive end. So you get JT from Ohio State, who is just – Tones watches Penn State. He ruined the game single-handedly with a pick 6 and 3 sacks a few years back. That was at the beginning of his career. Then on offense, Warren, Tones watches him as a Penn State fan. 19 catches against USC. J-Lo, you know how many catches the Colts had at tight end in all of last season?
Probably 2.
17 games. How many total tight end catches do you think?
Maybe 1.
Come on.
All 17?
I mean, dude, they're the worst tight end room in NFL history.
In 17 games, we had 17 catches. Tyler Warren did more in 1 game against USC. So we go from having one of the worst tight end groups to one that's really well. I'm very happy about it. Thank you for the time. Colts A, Bucs A.
And I mean, Ty Warren's one of those guys. He played quarterback in high school, played quarterback in middle school. He could imagine that Wildcat formation. He got Richardson, Warren, and Jonathan Taylor in that backfield. Good fucking luck.
Pop said the Bears will be sorry for taking Loveland over him.
Yeah, Bonomo did too. To be fair, our guy Bonomo pretty much said the
I like
same
both.
thing as well. I mean, I like both too. Loveland's a great tight end too. Nothing wrong with being the second best, but that's what he is. Lucky Lucy. What up? Wednesday. Yes, it is Lucky Lucy. Hump Day Wednesday. But Ty Warren could do it all. He could catch, pass, run, throw, everything. Jonas giving the Bucs a B+. Jonas, what's with the B+? I love the grade.
Oh, that's a good grade.
No, I said I love the grade, but I am saying for those that say Bucs didn't take a linebacker, you should be blessed because it was a crappy linebacker class. Why would you draft over C-?
Funny thing is, Colts fans complained about the same thing. Tones, no joke.
But why would you overdraft a linebacker?
It's solid C-. Kids.
Yeah, he's a troll, so it is.
Again, stay away.
Is that the Jason Light hater?
Yeah, well, it's a troll.
Okay.
Don't even acknowledge a troll.
Stay away from drugs, kids.
Yeah, what can you do? J-Lo, favorite draft pick of the draft. What player, what round, who caught your eye as your favorite pick of the draft?
I'm gonna go with the Raiders taking Genty. I think that dude's a home run, runner. I think he's gonna help them be able to move the ball better, take less pressure off Geno Smith, throwing the ball. I really like that kid a lot, and I thought John Spytek definitely made the right choice in drafting Genty. Even though they could have waited, traded down, get another running back, but I think Genty was the right pick for them. So shout out to John Spytek and the Raiders taking him. My least favorite, I'm going to go back to what your guys were talking about, Loveland in Chicago. I don't understand that one.
Wow.
You should have took Tyler Warren. I think Tyler Warren would have been more of a weapon for them. No knock on Chicago, but I just feel like they should have took Tyler Warren. That would have been doable. I think Loveland will provide some depth and help with them because they do got Cole Kmet. That correct, Cole Kmet?
Yeah.
So I just felt Warren would have been more of a weapon to help their quarterback, CJ whatever his name is. That's how I feel about him. But anyway, that's my opinion. So
Joe, what say you? Favorite pick, least favorite pick?
I'm between a few. My favorite pick of the draft, just because I know he's going to do good now, was pick 31, Jihad Campbell, who Bucs people were projecting maybe at points and stuff like that. I know due to injuries, but you just know a guy who goes into a system like that with the Eagles is going to end up good. And I did also love Henderson going to New England, running back out of Ohio State. He can truly do it all. So those are my two ups. My down, I'm not going to shy away from it just because, everyone's talked about it. The Cleveland Browns are an absolute travesty. You sign 2 quarterbacks in the draft. You sign Joe Flacco in free agency, and you get Kenny Pickett. And then on top of that, you have the Watson deal. I don't know who you get rid of. I know 5 quarterbacks ain't going in. So whatever happens there. But just a really bad job of ownership overstepping their grounds, even though they have the right to. I just don't think that's the time and place. That shows bad culture and character right from the top, which Cleveland always had. That's why they are a shitty organization, a fucking piece of shit crime dog. If you're a fan of them, I went to that stadium. It smelled like freaking piss in their seats. It was just nasty and disgusting. Shame on the Browns.
Yeah, I'll give mine real quick before we get Joey's final word and breadwinner, as he's got to be jumping out soon. I'm going to go Abdul Carter. To me, he was the best player in this draft. You getting the best player at pick number 3. You didn't have to trade up. He's a franchise-altering type talent. New York Giants should be blessed to have him. That's an incredible pick right there. I mean, whether they keep Thibodeau or whether they keep Burns, whoever they may or may not keep, that's going to be an incredible defensive line in front 7 with Abdul Carter being right there, a part of that. My least favorite pick, I think it was an overreach, and I think there were better weapons available for the Bengals trying to replace, their star defensive piece, probably on the way out. And whether he doesn't leave this year, it's going to be next year, Trey Hendrickson. But I think Shamar Store overdrafted. I did not like him coming out of school. Only had 3 to 4 sacks in 3 years. That's not good, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care what you do in the underwear Olympics at these pro days and NFL combines. So Shamar Store, at least favorite. Abdul Carter, favorite. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is our draft talk right there. We're going to be getting into the world of breadwinners here. Joey, I know you got to run. So last week we went 3-0. We're doing really good. We'll have exact numbers next pod, or we went 3-1. Keep forgetting about Myron. I'm pretty sure we're 6-1 in our last 7. Once again, Joey had Denver Nuggets.
Myron.
Joey had the Nuggets plus 6.5 on Saturday. That covered. J-Lo had the Rays on Saturday. That hit. And I had the Lightning on Saturday. That all hit right there. J-Lo, you want to start us with breadwinner before we get Joey's breadwinner and his final word? Then me and you still got a couple more things to talk about. But J-Lo, breadwinner?
I'm going to go with the Timberwolves knocking out the Lakers, knocking them out of the playoffs.
Money line, spread?
I say money line. I'm not going to go with the spread, but I'll go with money line. I just think the Lakers are way over their head right now, and I just think Timberwolves are going to take care of business and knock them out of the playoffs.
Joey, what say you on J-Lo's breadwinner and your breadwinner?
Oh, I absolutely love his confidence in that. It is
your breadwinner doesn't have to be tonight, by the way. It could be any time now through whenever. Just all right.
But no, I do love that J-Lo. I'm rooting for the Timberwolves. It's going to be tough on the Lakers floor. I don't know if they flop tonight. I am intrigued and rooting for J-Lo's bet. I could see it going either way. Kind of surprised he didn't go Lightning, to be honest, Mr. J-Lo. But I think you're very upset with a lot of things in that series.
I want to punch Kachuk in the fucking face. That's what
Ekblad's out at least, so I do think Lightning.
Oh, so they suspended that guy
for 2 games. I mean, dude, he literally went up to Hagel.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a terrible.
Did you see his face?
Like T-Crass says, Hagel got suspended, but what these Panthers players are doing, this ain't hockey. This is assault. These guys are out here cheap shotting, dirty hits. It's uncalled for. Finally, they get suspended. It's just not right.
I'm at the point.
That aside, the Lightning are playing underwhelming too. Let's just get that out there.
Power play, especially.
I mean, they can't keep us on a power play. They've not kept us on a power play the whole series.
They're playing better 5-on-5 than 4-on-5. What? How does that make sense? It doesn't.
I just don't get what they're doing with the power play, and like I said, that's been a major failure in this series, which might be costing us. But I will say this, as a fan, because those Florida fans want to cheer for injury. I'll tell you what, we're gonna go out. We're gonna take one of your fucking players out too. I don't care, Kachuk, any of those fucking cheap shot bastards. Let me tell you something. I don't root for injury. I don't want
choke him out. Choke him out.
I mean, I want to see Victor Hedman use that big body and throw one of his little haymakers at Kachuk's bitch ass and put him on the fucking concussion list. That's just some bullshit. And that's how I feel about the Florida fans. If they want to cheer for injury, okay, F you. You don't just cheer for that shit, man. When I saw the look on Hagel's face when he got popped like that, he was dazed. And I was like, what the fuck? Why didn't I call that penalty? He should get kicked out of the game. But you know what? He got suspended for 20 games during the season for a PED, so he's a cheater anyway. So anyway, that's just my opinion. I just want to get that off my chest about the Florida Panthers.
Hey, get it off, brother. Get it off. That's your soapbox to stand on.
Yeah, well, at least we're not talking about clothing items. We're talking about hockey. So
let's get it on.
The great Bucs by 30 He says, tune into the pod. We appreciate that, Zach. So, good stuff there. Joey, are you like J-Lo? Are you sticking on the hardwood for your breadwinner?
I am actually. I was thinking about going Lightning, but that's more heart, and I want to keep it focused.
Listen to your heart.
Before you tell him goodbye. All right, back to it. I'm going with the over in Rockets Warriors. It's I
think that's the first over you ever put in.
Yeah, it's at like 203. Oh, it is 203. Over in Rockets Warriors.
Wait, that's low for the NBA.
I know, but it is playoffs. They had one game out of the 5 underneath that so far, or out of the 4, excuse me. So that's where I'm going.
Yeah, I mean, NBA is crazy nowadays. It's just, I got 202.5, so even better for you.
Are you going to go with the Lightning? Not trying to be on the spot.
Their backs are up against the wall. Well, I'm glad I didn't go with the Rays. They're down 2-0 already. It's like, come on, fellas.
Jeez.
I'm going to go with, let me check this one thing quick. What's this player prop? Yada, yada, yada.
While you check that out, I will say.
Yeah, what's your final word while I check this out?
I can't wait.
Unless you were going to say something else.
No, I was just saying in the news today. What did you think? I wanted your opinion on what you think about too far or no big deal on Tyrese Halliburton's father.
Loser. Literally a low-life scum. That's the type of move that what are you doing?
Is there a punishment?
It should be banned for the rest of the playoff games and probably just banned from every game, honestly.
Holy.
You're what are you doing? You're running on the court, poking your chest in Giannis's face, the best player in bad. You're a clown. Giannis just had a triple-double. It's not his, just total.
I'm pretty much with you.
He crossed the line.
Yes.
And that's uncalled for.
Sit his ass back 20 rows if you're going to let him be it.
Send his ass with those prank calling loser dweebs too. They're all scum. Like,
hey, did I read something wrong today? I did have a quick question on that. I know I'm all football. You can't really trust them. It said it was a Bucs fan doing it to the one Mason Graham. I saw like the prank caller. Like they said he was a Bucs fan or something.
I have no knowledge of
never heard that.
Again, it was ML. It's ML football. So I don't.
J-Lo, what do I tell you about ML football? You gotta watch this.
I told you it's a bad source.
All right, my breadwinner is going to be a fun parlay. Ready? I'm going Lightning.
Hold on, give me a second. Okay.
Lightning, just to win straight up, and Shane Smith, White Sox pitcher, over 3.5 Ks. If you put 20 on that, you would win 40. So 2-1 odds for the Lightning to win, and Shane Smith, White Sox pitcher, over 2.5 Ks. We're only going to have one more minor segment after, or actually, we might as well just, save UDFA talk for its own show, J-Lo, because that's going to be its own unsculpting right there. We got rookie mini camps coming up, so that's what we're going to do. We're all honestly going to give final words together after I'm just going to ask you guys each one question about the NFL that happened today, and then we're going to give our final words and bounce out of here. Joey, you get Elijah Moore, former Browns wide receiver, signs with Buffalo. What say you on that move by the Bills? Will that be effective, or is that kind of Oh, wow. That's what it is, huh?
Yeah.
All right, well.
And Tones, I'm sending you and J-Lo that thing I was talking about now. I'm not crazy.
All right, well, not really worried about that. I'm kidding. Let's see what this thing's footage of Mason, the Bucs fan claimed to be Brown. How do we know it's a Bucs fan even?
If you listen to the video.
Oh, that's Dove climbing. Come on.
Oh yeah, even worse.
Yeah, I'm not even entertaining that.
All right,
but
I just wanted to show you I'm not crazy.
We are entertaining a new co-host. We'll announce him later on. But my question to you, J-Lo, about a football topic is, since Joey got the yawn fest, I guess some things just.
I mean, do you want honesty or to be bullshit?
Honesty is always the best policy, right? J-Lo, you're gonna get this. Raiders have named Brian Stark as their new assistant GM.
Oh, talk about a yawn.
All right, Brian Stark. Okay, congratulations.
Damn, you got like the scraps at the end of the heat pile. Oh my God.
Well, I got one for you, Tones.
Oh,
one like that.
Turn it on his ass.
Matthew Golden, he chose number 22. Is that what you were gonna say?
That's an ugly ass number for a receiver, man. 22, really?
He'll look like Doug Martin out there, But no, just a little bit of a background. Longtime Broncos college scouting director.
You're a dick.
So there you go. And Elijah Moore, 1 year, $5 million.
You literally said you wanted to do this NFL segment
before final word, J-Lo, Belichick. That's your news. What say you on Belichick and his little fiddler?
Oh, you mean the chick? You mean the chick interrupting his interview and all that?
Yeah, are you not aware with
I got some on that after.
No, all I know is that I guess his girlfriend interrupted him, I guess, on their relationship or some shit. I don't know. I pay no mind to it. Just an old man nailing a young girl, and yeah.
Yeah, I got no comment on that, actually. I'm with you. I don't care anymore.
Holy crap.
That's a bit disrespectful, but
John Elway was driving a golf cart and his business friend fell out of it and passed away.
I saw that.
Oh, I read about that one. That's tragic.
You drunken bastard, John Elway. You never know, but it's like, what are you doing? Jesus.
I'll tell you one more, Tones. How about that fine by the coordinator, the Atlanta coordinator?
Oh, yeah.
Jeff Albrecht. Again, his kid should be, if I'm the dad, I say, you give me $100,000 over time. Or else you move.
Ass, bro.
Or else you never.
Add some money.
You're never welcomed in again. As Jonas said, talk about a gold digger. Belichick's girl. Yes, she is. Don't tell me she controls everything. Yeah, Jonas, scary, sad stuff right there. But J-Lo, final word for the program, sir.
Take T'Chut's head off tonight.
If
my! Beat them, injure them. That's how much I want to see tonight.
Yeah, that's
I
what
want
we
to see
yeah.
chaos. I want to see a blood.
we're getting
tonight
canceled
in that arena. Because you know what?
J-Lo, you can drive down there. J-Lo, drive to Miami right now and go where your lightning shit.
I'm probably on the fucking news, knocking out a Florida fan. God forbid. I'm just saying is, I want to win. I think we will. Because, I don't think the Bolts want to lose in front of their home fans. But you know what? We lost the last couple home games. So, go Lightning. If you're not going to beat them, injure them motherfuckers. That's my ending on that.
Drive down there, put a camera on you, and just start punching people, man, and see what the hell happens, my friend. I'll bail you out. Joey, what's your final word?
You're going to have to bail two people out because, J-Lo, this is what's going to happen, okay? I'm going to drive down there, pick you up, dressed as Mr. Garrison from South Park. I'm going to do the distractions. And you're just going to beat their ass. So Tones is going to be bailing two people out of the prison yard.
So one's going to beat ass, one's going to eat ass. Oh, my God. This ain't good. Surprised Atlanta isn't getting draft picks taken away. Yeah, well, Roger Goodell is weird with that
to
stuff.
me, you have to put some problem on the father, though, too. Stop leaving that stuff out in the open.
I'd fire. That's all. I mean, he sucked he was a shitty defensive coordinator with the Jets. And actually, Atlanta, keep him. Thank you very much.
Oh, wait, that's the guy who was the interim head coach of the Jets.
Oh, yeah. The guy can't even keep his kid away from numbers. You think he can coach the defense? Keep him around Atlanta. My final word is this. I'm looking forward to some Cubs baseball in Milwaukee this weekend. Going to be an incredible time. Go Lightning, go Cubs, go Rays, go Bucs, go Colts. Fire the damn cannons. Joey Nips, J-Lo, Tampa Tones will be bringing in a new WWE co-host. No, not WWE, but a new co-host next week. Oh, boy, we got to get going here. But catch a CJ James Jr. replay available now, YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Google, and more. We'll be back on, we're going to do Tuesday next week, not Wednesday. So it's going to be a throwback. We're going to do Tuesday next week, and that's going to be that. So we'll see you guys on Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. J-Lo, Joey, Tampa Tones, good luck, Lightning, Bucs, Colts, Rays, everybody we love, Cubs, Bulls, so much more. Jonas says, I think that'll eventually happen to Albrecht. I think so, too. J-Lo, fire the damn cannons. Have a great Wednesday night. Go Lightning, brother. It starts right now. So we got to run, and watch. Let's do it, brother.
Bring the thunder.
Thunder.
Thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder. Game on Sunday, man. I know you're nervous for the Rams, but you got to be a little enthusiastic after being there.
Bro, that game atmosphere was ridiculous. The energy, the electricity. That place was rocking. Anyone was there, and a lot of the Super Buck fans were there too. The Bucs.
Tampa Tones. We are joined by lead goon tonight, host of the Pat and Aaron show of WDAE, Pat Donovan. And it sounds like Stunna is bumbling a little bit. Going to put him on mute for a second until that gets a little clear. But we're joined by Pat
It looks like
Donovan.
Stunna's hanging out with Cheech and Chong in a car with the windows up or something over there.
It does look like we got a little...
No, my